Get ready for a spine-tingling journey as we uncover the mysteries of a 4,500-year-old hidden room discovered deep within the sands of Egypt. Join us as we explore this newly uncovered chamber and uncover the secrets it holds. From ancient artifacts to eerie hieroglyphs, this video is sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. Wadi al-Jarf is located near the Red Sea, about 200 kilometers from the Great Pyramid of Giza. Only limestone mountains and mounds could be seen. Other secrets, though, were buried 4,500 years ago. A limestone mound may be seen in this remote desert. The mound seems normal from above, but many channels have been dug through it and are blocked by hundreds of tons of stones. The Egyptians were keeping something hidden here. The inner atmosphere shook the world. The gorgeous towers of Egypt, and all the fascinating mysteries of the area when the stones were raised before these tunnels for the first time. There have been 118 pyramids discovered in Egypt, but many more may lie hidden under the sand dunes of Egypt and the African desert. Cairo is home to the world's largest pyramids, the Khufu Pyramid. This 480-foot pyramid was built by the Egyptian king Khufu. This 450-meter pyramid was built close to it by King Kapanom, son of King Khufu. Each pyramid needed 2.5 million square and rectangular limestone pieces. Each brick weighs 2,500 kg. Two hatchback vehicles are weighed by the eye. Even with equipment, carrying that much weight up 480 meters and keeping each block's perfect slant takes years. Consider operating 45 centuries ago without the use of machines. Years ago, the world was bewildered by this conundrum. The ancient Egyptian city where these pyramids are being built was rich. However, for unknown reasons, several feet of sand covered the whole location. In 1798, Napoleon invaded Egypt. More than half of the sand covered the pyramid and Sphinx. The excavation of the sand took 100 years. A significant finding was made here in the 1980s. The remains of the pyramid builders were discovered near Khufu's pyramid. Many bones demonstrated that these people were not slaves, since they were properly nourished and cared for. Employees were buried near buildings to show respect. For years after King Khufu's death, tomb robbers frequented this location. As a result, any papyrus with a written message from here, or other evidence discovered, was used to identify when and how these pyramids were constructed. Many Egyptian king and mother statues have been discovered, but nothing is permanent. King Khufu's monument is still standing, and the robbers did not abandon his mother. Template for just your fingers, King Khufu was preserved at the Cairo Museum. They had to be discovered outside of Giza in order to learn about Egypt's Pharaoh Khufu. 7 Red Sea tombs have been discovered by archaeologists 200 kilometers from the pyramid location. This case might have been used by King Khufu. This ruined structure near the sea could shelter hundreds of people. Both anchors were also found in the water. To stop the massive warships, stone anchors connected ropes to them. Because stone anchors with holes are widespread, it was the ancient Egyptian port 4,500 years ago. If this were a harbor, boats or parts of boats that came here would have been saved nearby. An Egyptologist uncovered 3 well-dug tunnels in a limestone mound a few kilometers from the harbor after years of work. Whose path was barred by large stones. The ancient Egyptians might have secreted their ships here. Archaeology, the researchers had no notion they'd be downloading amazing material from beyond the seas. This kind of incident was unheard of 4,500 years ago. We uncovered other boat sections as tunnels, in this case, a huge and open storage space. Other rocks here have the name of King Khufu carved on them. The phrase was discovered in numerous hieroglyphics by French-Egyptian scholar Pierre Talet. "May God Khufu protect us," it says. The ancient Egyptians worshipped their pharaoh as God and inscribed his name wherever they worked. This stone word was selected as a symbol by King Khufu's museum. The diligent examination of this buried dwelling unearthed old papyrus that had been entombed. The paper made from the papyrus plant is thick. Back then, all papers were created from papyrus. Egyptologists and their crew who came here to look for boats now have a priceless record. It was the oldest papyrus ever discovered. To comprehend this content, first restore it. When it was restored, it denoted the reign of King Khufu. Mira, an overseer under King Khufu, composed this papyrus. In it, the supervisor documented everything he did with his 40 employees. The Egyptian language made use of graphics. Egyptologists are having difficulty deciphering the images. What was the boss doing with his 40 employees? His contribution to King Khufu. Papyrus reported that a supervisor named Mira used donkeys to unload copper from the boat and transport it to the Nile River after years of hard work. He reloaded copper into boats and transported it to the pyramid site. After hearing this, Egyptologists comprehended the story. Mira and his colleagues traveled by boat to the Sinai Peninsula since there was no iron. They returned to the harbor after loading copper from Sinai. He rode donkeys with copper to the Nile. They hoisted them back into boats to be transported to the pyramid site. Egyptologists believe they packed enough copper to last 2 years on a single voyage. They dismantled and kept their boats for 2 years in Wadi al-Jarf storehouse. Where did the copper for the pyramid come from? Only limestone and granite may be found here. They used copper tools to carve limestone blocks. Large limestone mountains may be seen a few kilometers away from the pyramid. Egyptologists have discovered a plethora of evidence that pyramid limestone slabs originated here. How were 2.5-ton mountain blocks so precisely carved? To test this, the copper tool was required. To designate their work area, archaeologists sketched a block on limestone and cut it with copper tools. Water aided in the cutting of the originally difficult limestones. Water increased the pace of limestone cutting by 5-fold. In 8 days, 5 laborers cut a block. Archaeologists believe experienced ancient Egyptians might have completed this work in 4 to 5 days. Egyptologists and archaeologists may be able to solve the building of Khufu's pyramid. One essential document indicated the provenance of the copper. How 40 workers and their boss hid their boats in a secret storage in Wadi al-Jarf and used copper tools to carve large limestone slabs. The Great Pyramid was built 4,500 years ago and has kept the world guessing for the last 300 years. Archaeologists and scholars have naturally researched the pyramids. The construction of the pyramid remains the world's biggest mystery. The investigation is ongoing. Thanks for watching our video on the 4,500-year-old hidden room in Egypt. Don't forget to subscribe for more historical discoveries. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this exciting find.